And hello again, folks. I'm meteorologist Tom Kvika here on a Wednesday evening. This week is going by fast, like they all seem to nowadays. 79 and 75 are readings there for temperature and dew point, so pretty muggy out there. A lot of cloudiness here across central Louisiana. That is our Sinlock Broadcasting Tower cam over there on Texas Street, and that's where those numbers come from. Let's go to the other cam there from Rapides Regional Medical Center as we look across the Red River. Still running low these days, but it's going to catch some water from some of this rain. However, some of the rain up on the watershed of the Old Red has not been getting heavy stuff like we have down this way, so that will limit some of our rises on some of our larger river system. So, and going into the rest of the cams, Natchitoches 78, we are seeing rain there in that local area. They've had a good bit of rain up in that area, as many of us. Toledo Bend, well, we'll just see some dark clouds, mostly cloudy sky, 80 degrees there on the Highway 6 bridge. Leesville, you're 78, still mostly cloudy skies. A few lighter areas are showing up there in the clouds, but otherwise it is kind of still a day where we saw the widespread clouds and widespread locally heavy rainfall. Man, I had a downpour at my house this morning. Looking at the Wednesday time frame here with our local radar, let's zoom in and get to that. First of all, on a smaller scale, we don't see too much in the way of coverage, certainly less than what we saw earlier in the day. Here's that activity that's showing up on the Natchitoches tower cam there, running right through town along Highway I-49. Over in Wind Parish, some hit-miss showers in that direction, but nothing heavy going on. A little bit across North Vernon, where Hornbeck has had over 7 inches of rain today only out of this mess. And then going to the south, we see just several areas of light rain, and then I can kind of zoom back out and show you the larger scale. And one of the things I want to point out to you is look at the motion right in here. You can kind of see a gentle rotation. That's with a little upper level feature. In the summertime when it's warm, humid, unstable, it does not take much to kick off around the showers and thunderstorms. And so this feature is going to be around tomorrow. And the moisture certainly isn't going anywhere. And so we also see a pretty good slug of rain still in the Gulf of Mexico, still in South Texas. So there's still a lot of potential left for rainfall. And you'll see that in the 7-day forecast. Give you a preview, another 100% day tomorrow. Big high pressure, you can see that clockwise flow right there across the desert southwest. That is entrenching this upper level trough, this boundary kind of focusing thing. So we've got the ingredients for a summer wet spell, as I've been calling this for a couple of weeks, or almost seems like it, almost a couple of weeks. Flash flood risk is up to a moderate category from the Weather Prediction Center. This would be for Thursday into early Friday morning for the potential for locally heavy rainfall. And yeah, we're going to have it again for your day tomorrow. Here's how one of our high resolution models plays it out. Looks like we'll have a pretty good round later tonight and early in the morning coming in out of the southwest. Maybe, at least according to this model, by then, the worst of it will be over with for your morning commute. But that remains to be seen. Again, this is only one model. This model bringing in a pretty good bout of rain there and thunderstorms by the time you get back going home for your PM commute. So that could be dicey in places. And then later on, going back into Friday morning, back to work, we see, once again, pesky showers and a few thunderstorms still lingering across the area, and play that till midday. See, again, at least scattered coverage there for the day. Here are the details on your Thursday tonight and Thursday weather pattern there. Rainfall, a half inch to 2 inches, general amounts. Everybody's going to get wet, so I have 100% everywhere. Peak amounts 3 to 5 inches. I had that for today. The Hornbeck amount and a few others exceeded that 5 inches that I indicated, but I'll just go with that for tomorrow. Don't want to scare anyone with any extreme, terrible, ridiculous amounts. Hourly rates, we're still going to have that. That downpour that I had at my house this morning had lasted an hour. Probably would have had at least 6 to maybe 8 inches of rain, because it was really coming down here near my Killeen property. And of course, a lot of other folks seeing some of these very heavy rainfall amounts and totals and rainfall rates. So we did have several flash flood warnings out this morning for that stuff. Let's go to the Saharan dust model, where we continue to see a lot of that moving across the Atlantic. I want to center in on our area, though. We see a little bit of a low to occasionally maybe a moderate concentration at times of that. Maybe this Friday, Saturday time frame. It'd be interesting to see, dirty rain, perhaps in contrast to Prince's purple rain. We get the dirty rain. I don't think it's going to be a major issue, but it is something that kind of dangles as a curiosity, kind of an interesting thing for us there. But that could happen if we get the dust, and of course we get the rainfall. Could deposit some dust on vehicles, outdoor buildings, and things like that. Tropical interest areas. One of the things that Saharan dust is doing, and it's very important, is it is still sterilizing the Atlantic basin from tropical development. I don't think that's going to last forever, though. But in the Pacific, it's another story. We already have one high-risk area there, likelihood, in Eastern Pacific, and another area back to the west and southwest of there. I don't think any of that affects us, though. Now let's go to this longer range pattern, where we continue to see the setup right now of the big high-pressure ridge out west, right there. That's feature 1. Remember that. Feature 2 is the trough, which is right there. You see that dip that I'm drawing. And then feature 3 is the big Atlantic ridge out across, dominating most of the Atlantic. So again, this is a pattern where the weather changes, and there we go. Like I said, if you follow the motion of the air, like an air parcel, an individual unit of air would follow. It would go down, accelerate, and then back up over the roller coaster hill over the high pressure ridge in the Atlantic. So in between these two ridges, the trough is locked in. That's why this pattern has been so persistent, and the duration's been so long for this time of year. Many times we see this kind of pattern from time to time, but it usually doesn't last as long as it has this time. All right, so let me play that forward and just kind of see that trough influence continues and continues and continues until we get to Monday. We see there that this high pressure has kind of changed. It's sitting up centered over New Mexico. The high pressure ridge in Atlantic continues, and then go a little bit farther into the Wednesday, Thursday time frame next week. This high pressure ridge in the Atlantic is still there, but we see where's the trough? Well, it's gone, because high pressure strengthens there across the Rockies and into the Central Plains, and depending on what model you're looking at, this becomes a really big situation as far as heat for some of those areas of the Rockies and Plains and some of those locations. And that kind of clockwise flow, once again, around that could circulate in some heat there for us. So bottom line is the weather pattern is going to change. It's going to become more normal. So if you've enjoyed this vacation from the summer, well, summer's coming back. All right, let's put all this together for your 7-day forecast then for your Thursday. Another day with some heavy rainfall potential possible there. 100% coverage. I outlined that in the rainfall pattern. A couple of strong days, Friday and Saturday, 70% showers and thunderstorms. Remember, we should be standing at 40% those days, and Sunday at 60%. Notice a gentle climb in the temperatures both during the day and at night there. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday could offer a locally heavy downpour. Wouldn't be surprised to see somebody pick up a couple of inches or so, maybe 3 inches. That would be pretty much certainly a vast exception and not the rule there on those 3 days. And then Monday, the pattern changes pretty well as we see a big decrease in the percentages, even below normal there for Tuesday and Wednesday. Summer returns, and the thermometers will show it 74, 75 for lows, 93, 95 for highs. There will be some locations hit the upper 90s again during that time frame, folks. So we said goodbye to summer. We're going to have to say hello to it again. All right, Nick Mikulas is back with you in the morning, and I'll see you again sometime during the day also. Take care and have a terrific Thursday.